guys. How are you doing? So in this session, we will discuss about a new feature in SailPoint IdentityNow, GenAI, Generative AI Descriptions for Entitlements. You know, whichever IAM product you take, whether it's SailPoint or any other modern IAM tools, which has request-based provisioning. What do I mean? You should be able to place access request on your own or for your team members if you are a manager, or help desk can submit the access request as well for the team in the organization, I meant. Okay. Some IAM products, they don't support access request at all. uh, I don't want to talk about them, so let's stick here. So after login to SailPoint IdentityNow console, you have an option called request center. If you open that, it will ask you to request for yourself or request for others. So as I am an administrator, I can request for any user in the organization. If you are just an end user, not an administrator, you can say request for yourself. And if you are a manager and if you have reportees under you, you will see one more option called request for my team. Okay, so those are the three options you can have: request for yourself, request for my team, request for others. These are the three tiles you can see in the SailPoint access request. So let me request for myself, and here when I look at entitlements, see, I have lot of entitlements, but only some are enabled for access reviews. Sorry, access requests. That is a different story, how you can manage access in SailPoint. So now consider that I'm not an administrator or I'm not a technical user. I'm just a business user. Even if you are an administrator or technical user, but you do not know each and every system, right? Let's talk about Salesforce or SAP or XYZ system. Maybe if you are an SailPoint administrator, you know about SailPoint only, nothing else. If you are an SAP administrator or Salesforce administrators, how do you know about other application access? Definitely no. I've been working as an administrator since a while. I don't know what kind of access is used in what kind of applications, what that access is meant for, right? Some applications has out of the box access, I mean default access. They'll create custom access as well, but we don't know what it is meant for. Often in our day-to-day activities, we receive incorrect access requests. So recently, um, so how do you make SailPoint user as a SailPoint administrator? So you go to identity and then you select user level, correct? But we did that in a different way. You can place an access request for that as well. SailPoint released identity governance connector for SailPoint itself. By using that, you can request for user levels. One of them is SailPoint administrator, right? So some users, they wanted some other application. Instead, they started requesting SailPoint administrator access. They didn't know even that it was wrong access. Not just one, entire team was requesting. I keep rejecting those requests, saying that, hey, why do you need SailPoint administrator access, right? So then the requests were not stopping. One or the other person from the team was requesting for SailPoint admin access. I keep rejecting. Then I pinged that team member and I asked why you guys are requesting for SailPoint administrator access. Do you know what access you are trying to request for? I got some information, but anyway, I couldn't understand what access they are exactly looking for. So then I asked, check with your team members who have this access already, talk to them and identify what is the right access. Or let us know, we can help you by comparing that identities. Okay, but this is not what you need. This is SailPoint administrator access to manage SailPoint application. You are not my team, right? So don't raise this request. Then they stopped. Okay, so What if there are times that access requests are approved blindly even? I'm sorry to say that, but this has happened. This will happen in future as well. Okay. Uh, if is there any request on me, my manager is looking at it. He'll ping me. Hey Krishna, I see that there is an access request submitted for you. Do you really need this access? That is so nice to see because my manager understanding the importance of access, how sensitive it is, right? Uh, Instead of approving, believing that, hey, Krishna is my team member, he's an administrator, he does the work very well, so let me approve. Instead of that, he's checking. That's so nice to see as a security professional. But if you can argue with me, why does someone approve blindly? If it is so, why do we go for access reviews? Why do we certify the access? There are some reasons for that. I understand that. Along with that, this is also a valid reason. I've seen plenty of times that, hey, by mistake I approved. Can you remove that access? What if sometimes they didn't realize that they did by mistake, even, right? So, yes, it happens. I don't say about the percentage, but it does happen that access requests are blindly approved. So, now how we can avoid this situation? What if user knows what access they are requesting for exactly? What if approver can identify what this access is going to be performed for, or what kind of responsibilities the user will get, what kind of risk associated with this access? What if that much information is there for requester and approver? And where do you provide that information? Descriptions. This is the description for this entitlement. Okay, so now it is obvious that while requesting for any access, of course, you need to read it. Why? Don't blindly request for something saying that if it approves, it will be approved. If it rejects, I'll think about it. What is the right access? Because if it gets approved or rejected, anyway, you submitted request for incorrect access, or what, that is not the access you are looking for, right? So even if it is approved or rejected, this is not what you need. So you will realize that lately after approving or rejecting, whatever may be the decision. If it is rejected, cool, no problem. If it is approved, you will try to work, but still access is not there. Then you will start complaining. Yeah, I got the access, but it is not working. Then one or the other day, it takes time, but you will realize that you placed incorrect access request. Then you will go for right access request. But it's waste of time for you, no? When it comes to organization perspective, two issues here: auditing. How come this user has this access where user supposed not to have this access? Then data breaches. If a user data is compromised or giving access what users not to have, that's one of the reasons of data breach as well. Okay, so how can we avoid all these things? Not 100%, but some precautions we can take. We can educate users. End users who are placing access requests. We can educate approvers as well by giving the entitlement descriptions. Okay, there are some organizations who uses entitlements in access requests. It will be plenty of entitlements, thousands of entitlements will be there. Again, if you are not from SailPoint, entitlement is nothing but a basic access from an application, target applications. For example, if you take Active Directory, member of attribute. Member of is the technical word, business word for that is group. So group is the access in Active Directory. So we use that word entitlement for the uh, access attributes in any application. Okay, we have another access model called access profile. Access profile is collection of entitlements. We have a role. Role is collection of access profiles. Every access object has a different purpose, right? So creating access profiles for all entitlements may not be a good approach. That's why if you have thousands of entitlements to be requested, and it's not a good idea to create thousands of access profiles. It takes a lot of time as well. That's why some organizations continue using entitlements. If it comes to me, I would suggest not to use entitlements much because it's a single access object. Instead, if you go for access profile where you can manage multiple entitlements within that application. If you go for role gathers multiple access profiles, you get access in a single shot. It doesn't mean that we give plenty of access in single role. No, not like that. We manage. We call it as RBAC, role-based access control. Okay. So now, if you cannot create access profiles or roles, you can create, but along with that, you need to use entitlements as well. Then you need to have descriptions. Don't expect that you will have descriptions from application side for everything. Even if it is there, that might not be a user-friendly description, so that a requester and approver can understand and can learn something from that to identify whether this is the right access or not, both for end user while placing the request and for approver as well while approving or rejecting, while taking the decision of that access request. Okay, so we need to, as a SailPoint administrator or IZA administrator, we need to add the descriptions for each and every entitlement. Again, thousands of entitlements, it's not going to be feasible. It takes a lot of time. And again, you need to have the entitlement descriptions from the application team as well. Even for them, takes plenty of time. Okay, so that's where SailPoint has been working on to leverage making use of generative AI. What if SailPoint can generate entitlement descriptions automatically using the generative AI? That's the use case. That is the problem statement as well. So let's see. Sounds interesting, right? Every organization, every product is start making use of artificial intelligence. It's not about your opinion or my opinion. Let's not argue about that now or debate about that. Everyone is trying to make use of artificial intelligence. That's the buzz every day. Every day new AI tool or something is there. But generative AI is a game changer for sure. Okay, so now let's see how this will be uh, im- implemented in SailPoint, how you can make use of it. So currently this generative AI is available for generating descriptions for entitlements only. So you can select specific entitlements and generate descriptions for them. Okay, it's not like for all entitlements. You can choose for which entitlements you want to generate the descriptions. Okay, so it is only available for customers in AWS regions where the AWS Bedrock LLM that SailPoint employs is supported. Uh, I really don't have any idea about this. I haven't checked at all about this. You can talk to your customer success manager, they'll help you, or you can create a support ticket, they'll help you whether it is supported for your tenant or not. Okay, again, you do not need to worry about that. If it's support for you, they will enable, no issues. So to check if it is available for your tenant or not, you go to system settings, under global settings, system features, you will find a lot of options where you control entire behavior of SailPoint, right? There you will find at the bottom generative AI descriptions. Okay, uh, it's not like you can enable or not. It's SailPoint is controlling what kind of features are given to this tenant or not. Okay, so there are some which are available to your tenant and you can control as well. For example, this checkbox you can control because it is available for controlling or configuring. Okay, whereas these ones, those are grayed out. You cannot control them. Its sale point is given by default. If you want to use it, use it. Otherwise, it's okay. So GenAI, if it is available for your tenant, it is automatically enabled. You do not need to do anything. In case if it is not enabled, you can talk to your SailPoint CSM. Then CSM will help you out. Then uh, again, SailPoint has three suites or three plans, if you want to say that. Earlier, every organization or every client of SailPoint was using uh, modules only. So they'll pick up the modules and they might have paid for it, but not anymore. You have to choose one of the three plans or three suites available for you. Okay, so one is standard, second one is business, third one is business plus. These are the SailPoint suites available for you. You can check in SailPoint website. You can compare the suites as well. It will give you clear idea of what is supported, what is not supported. Okay, so you need to be under high suit, which is business plus suit. You can check in the SailPoint suites as I mentioned. So AI and machine learning, LLMs, everything is supported in business plus suite only, not in standard or business. So if your SailPoint suite is not business plus, then you will not have it. I have no idea if SailPoint is going to change this, enabling this AI features in business suite as well or not. We have to see. For time being, it is available only for business plus suite. That's what I found in SailPoint website. Next, how you can generate the descriptions. So it is simple. Go to access model and there you will find entitlements. You will find a list of entitlements there. Select the action icon and click generate descriptions. Okay, so then a progress is displayed in generating description bar at the top of GenAI entitlement descriptions. Once it is completed, the newly generated description is available for you. So once it is generated, it's not like blindly you will use it. Okay, so there was some discussion in LinkedIn where professionals or experts were writing about it. It's not safe, it's not that, it's not this, blah blah blah. Some opinions made sense to me. They are really valid. Some I don't feel that they are valid at all, right? So when it comes to me, how I think, well, SailPoint is an organization, number one IZA tool from last many years, and of course, any IAM product or any product you take, they need to clear some certifications, some security certifications. Otherwise, their product will not be used. So they will, in fact, whenever there is a new feature or something they are doing, they will check it out. It's not just SailPoint, any other IAM product. They will check it out whether it's going to cause any security issues or not. Being a security product and security experts, how do you think that we will use something it is not secured? I don't think in that way. I will feel like uh, let that concern by SailPoint, not me. I don't concern. I don't doubt them. They are working on it. Fine, let them. In case if it is not a security concern, of course they won't get certifications, right? So I don't worry about it. If you are worrying about it, that's okay, fine, whether it is secured or not. Anyway, for me, it's not a big concern. Why? So once the description is generated by Gen AI, how it generates, that's a completely different idea. Let's not talk about it. Um, Even that's a secret sauce, right? How do you think you will come to know outside? So once that description is generated, you can view them. On top of this entitlements page, on the top, you will see this. So is ready for your review and approve. Once that description is generated, it will give you this message. Okay, so click view descriptions and it will show you. Okay, so a generated entitlement description is must be approved before it can be updated to the entitlement. So it is pending for approval. And when you click on these icons, as an administrator, you have approval for everything. Okay, so even if someone places access request as an administrator, you can approve them as well. What is meant by administrator? Super user can do anything. So that's why you can also approve as an administrator. Since you generated entitlement descriptions as an administrator, Of course, it is available for administrators only, so you can approve as well. It's not like you are approving your own action, uh, which is a good way because maybe you did by mistake. But since it is not typed by you, it AI Gen AI developed or generated this description, so you need to review it. Is it looking good for you, or do you need any changes if it doesn't make any sense at all, right? So you can review it. If you want to change something, some uh, text in this description, you can edit as well and save it, or you can send to someone else, some other reviewer. Let's say you have a application team who knows well about the access. Yeah, we generated entitlement descriptions, but can you review it? So you can send it to the reviewer as well. Okay, so how you can edit? So click on that action icon next to that generated entitlement descriptions, entitlement. So make edits, whatever change you want to do, and click approve. I wish there should be save option instead of approve. Fine. Maybe it is meant for edit and approve. It's not like administrator can edit and send it to approver. You can just send it to reviewer or approver, whatever the word you use. So there, uh, the approver might edit and or can edit and approve it. Okay, so how you can send for approval? The same, you have the option there. Along with edit, you have send for reviewer. So then the approval will be displayed in that reviewers approvals page. To who all you can send the review? You can send to source owner. Source is nothing but application in SailPoint. So the target application will have a owner, right, that you have configured while creating that source or application in SailPoint. Or entitlement owner. Every entitlement you can have owner, right? So you can ask that owner to be reviewed, or an individual if you want some X user, anyone randomly based on your requirements only. Then you can select that user and click send. Once it is done, this is how, along with access requests in the approvals, when you log into SailPoint, along with access request, there is a new option, entitlement descriptions. A new tab is added under entitlement description. It will display all the entitlements where you need to review. Okay, so here either you want to approve or deny or edit. The same thing again, edit, and it will ask you to add some text and click approve. If you want to approve, cool. Deny, that's okay, fine. Okay, so this is how generative AI is used in generating entitlement descriptions. It is not like blindly we are using some LLMs, the large language model data set. It will give you the suggestion. AI is not to follow blindly, not just here, anywhere in the world, any technology, anything you take. AI is supposed to be used as a reference. Okay, so you take AI as the one who is working for you. You be the reviewer. You see its work, and if it is looking good, let it go for the next action. In case if you feel that it is not the right one, or if you can make it better, you review it, edit it, and send it for next action. Okay, so it's not like we are using Gen AI blindly. We just use it to generate the text as in a description for entitlements. We review it. If changes required, we edit it, then we will approve it. So proper governance is made. Who approved everything, history also will be tracked. Okay, so enough about theory part. These all screenshots I have taken by, of course, creating the use cases or testing the use case, how this GenAI for entitlement description is working. Let's see how it looks like in real time. Let's have a demo. All right, I have logged into my SailPoint tenant. I'm in admin console. So click on access model. You see, if you're not from SailPoint, then you see the three different types of access objects we have in SailPoint: entitlements, one single access from an application or resource; access profiles, collection of entitlements; roles, collection of access profiles. Right. So segments, if you see, so segment is a concept which is used for controlling who can see what kind of access in the request center. So if you go to request center, you can choose for yourself or others. Then you have different type of access roles, entitlements, and access profiles. And so who can see what kind of access, and if you can see, then only you can request, right? So to control for which kind of users this access is allowed, we use segments for that. Okay, so that's about access model. Let me go to the entitlements. Right. So now if I take this entitlement, you have the actions. Click on it, you see the last option, generate descriptions. In case if you don't see that, it is not enabled for you. I mean, you can select multiple entitlements and you can click generate as well. Okay, so now this is generating, takes a bit time. Right, so this is the entitlement that is generated for this. I really have no idea what this access is going to be. Yes, guys, I'm an expert in SailPoint. I'm a administrator as well. Still, I have no idea what this access is about. Okay, so what I do, uh, I mean, I can approve if I know for sure. If not, then if I wanna edit, click edit, and I can type something and I can approve. Okay, so let me approve. I mean, again, the question is, I'm not taking whatever the AI is generated for me. I can use that as a reference, and I can, you know, customize it as far as I need. Or if I'm not satisfied, I can ignore as well. Okay, so I'll approve it. So then it is approved and it will be updated shortly. Okay, this is approved, and if you go to view details, you see this date approved and who approved it. Now if I go back, say this entitlement description is updated. I can update for multiple entitlements as well. Let's say I'll select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and actions you have, generate descriptions. Still generating. Yeah, it is completed. So you have options for all of them. If you select more than one, the checkboxes, you get the actions for all of them, either approve or send to reviewer. If you want to edit it, you can click here for each one and edit it. This is reviewed, then click approve. Okay, so one is gone, it is approved already. I'll refresh the page. Next four more are there. Now I can send to reviewer. Who do you want? Source owner, which is nothing but the application owner, right? Uh, which is the correct way. I believe source owner should be the one who's supposed to review it. Um, Only if they are not business analyst or something. If they are just for namesake the owner of the application, they might not aware of this access. I would say maybe someone who knows about this application, right? They will be able to give the proper descriptions. So anyway, you should be knowing who is the right person to review this entitlement description, and you can send it to them. Okay, in case if it is individual, you can select that user. So to show you how it will look like for approval, I'll select some user, select the user, click send. Okay, now if I reload the page again, so it is pending for approval. Now I will log out and I will log in as that user. Yeah. So this user is not an administrator. That's why admin base or admin option is not available. Now if I go to approvals, you see here, this is for access request, which if you are from SailPoint, you might know this. Uh, you can see all the access requests that are in place and I mean open for approval and already reviewed. So this is the new option, entitlement descriptions. So you have these three. Yeah, I have one another which I have done earlier. So now you have options to deny or approve or edit as well. So if you feel that since you are the one who's supposed to approve this, so now you can edit it and you can change it and click approve your wish. In case if you are not interested, you can deny this. I'll approve this. I'll edit and approve this. So I'm done with all the approvals. Now let me go back to my administrator. Console. Let's go back to entitlements. So now you see these are the entitlement descriptions which we have requested for. So this has been rejected. That's why there is no entitlement description. Let me find out which one I have edited. See, this is the one I have added this text. This is reviewed along with the generated one. Okay, so which one I have rejected? That will not have any entitlement description at all. Okay, so this is how GenAI for entitlement description will work. It's a really cool feature to get some suggestions based on the data. And here it's not the question about how good it is. Um, we are not questioning AI, right? Of course, because it's already doing good to some extent. So only thing we need to concentrate on is LLMs, large language models, where you provide the data to train the models, right? So that's where you need to concentrate on. But I would say we are not working on that much new kind of applications or accesses, right? It's already been used heavily. I don't say 100% which is used, everything. There are some new as well, but based on the source you are working on, entitlement name as well, or something. I don't know exactly how they will be gathering the data or on what basis this description is generated, which is completely behind the doors, right? But this is going to help you for sure. Instead of you typing enter entitlement description, let the Gen AI develop for you. In case if it is working cool, sure, use it. If not, then fine. Um, you can just remove it and edit it. If you are not satisfied, you can deny that description as well completely. But I believe generative AI is working fine. It has been developed in such a way that actually I have developed chatbot using Python, just like ChatGPT in 2019, 5 years back. It was not that good at the time, but nowadays, due to GPUs as well, the technology has developed way better compared to 5 years back. The GenAI is really doing good, generating the context or content. I mean, uh, I can say relevant most of the time. So I feel this will be helpful.